Hello, sorry, Ruben and I are running late. So. Awesome. Hey everyone, happy Monday. So we've got a few announcements on there for you to read, particularly make note of 1B and 1C. Discussion items. Okay, great stuff. Okay, Mary, you've explained it. I was super surprised. I was like, I was under the impression that no one had access to this project, which is not intentional. It's just literally that it's on my to-do list to get this figured out so that you can have access, but most importantly, so we can have a bot to have access, and then the release tools can just, the security process can just ping on that issue. So, okay, good to know. I will continue with my original plan, which is to get a bot sorted out. But maybe Myra, actually, I'll work with you on doing this in the future. Since you already have access, you'll probably be able to be the best person to help with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think in the future we can also add the release tools bot and have a command in Charops to post a comment with the due date.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks. So B is more of a just kind of sharing some info stuff. So Alessio is away, which gives us a few gaps. So a few things whilst we'll have a few extra bits and pieces to pick up, but just as a kind of a request to please make sure your epics are updated at least once a week. They're running auto updates that pull the updates onto the Epic 170. So if ever you're not sure if did I do this recently? Have I forgotten about any epics? Or, if you want to help each other out, then that's the place to have a look at. And the most important thing about that epic is that's the kind of landing point for people outside the team. So if Steve is looking for updates on what are we working on or where we're up to, that would be the epic he would land on. And that's where he's pulling from. So that's kind of a handy way to just keep things up to date. And when you're picking things up, please assign them to yourselves, close them when they're complete. And if you think something's going on for a super long time, just have a think or ask each other maybe if there's a way you can cut it so that it's a smaller scope and we can close an issue and come do another one later, or are we trying to do too much, or just generally check in with each other and see if there are ways we can keep issues kind of moving along. And then on B4, I've shared here, I have a lot of my to-dos on this board. So these are things which are generally going along that you maybe don't see so much day to day. But if you want to jump in on any of them, then please do. I've tried to put links to Google Docs that I'm working on or ideas I'm thinking about. You don't have to, but just as a bit of visibility. And if you do want to get involved, then you're very welcome. If you want to chat about any of that stuff one-to-one with me, please also go ahead and add to your agendas. Awesome. And then Ahmad, you have point C. Oh, actually, before I move on, is there any questions or comments on B? Awesome. Cool. So C, Ahmad, over to you.
So this is a quick discussion item since G-staging ref is failing frequently while deploying. So it's a suggestion that we remove the auto lock. So basically we don't get logged and intervene manually basically every time. So what do you think, people?
I think staging ref is still non-blocking, right? We care that it fails, but it doesn't block the auto-deploy process.
No, it doesn't block it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can remove something from the auto-log, but I think anyone can execute that command, so it doesn't have to be us, it can also be quality, I think. I think anyone can execute that command, right, Robert? Or does it have to be release managers?
I think anyone can. But I think the problem is if we're expecting this thing to fail so often that we need anyone to be able to unlock it, I think it might make sense just to remove the lock, right? Because we don't really care if it's
Yeah,
deployed
because
multiple times, I guess.
I mean,
The
we added the lock so that like we have the ability to lock it if we need to, but that feels right now like the less common use case, right? As so more like this thing has failed, but maybe the next deployment doesn't fail. We just can stop worrying about it.
The lock also prevents simultaneous pipelines from running in GSTG-ref. Would that be a problem if we remove the lock?
It could be, I guess it could be. What was the other change, Ahmad, that Nalia was chatting about earlier? I know she said that she was going to make, was she going to make the tests non-blocking? Did you check? I can't remember what she said.
I don't really remember. I think like there's a ticket to improve the stability of G-staging ref, and that was the issue she was pointing to. So I'm not sure.
There's something specific that she was working.
There was a notifications item that we decided to like bypass
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I disabled actually like the notification based on her suggestion to notify on failure, and we merged it. So right now, I don't think we will get notifications when the pipeline fails.
In which case we should remove the lock, because otherwise it will never deploy ever again. Right? Because if it fails and we don't unlock it, then the next ones will fail because there's a lock.
Yep.
Correct.
Do you know how to remove that lock, Ahmad? Or
Not really. I will take a look.
you know that, Robert? Like, did you add the locking on?
Yeah, I posted a link in the document of
would you
MR
mind
to revert if we want to remove it.
Yeah, do you mind just figuring that out? Like, it can be just a temporary thing, but I know that since there is an issue to improve stability, it feels like maybe until that's closed, we should be a bit more. It feels like we're unlocking this thing an awful lot, right? It's probably what I was thinking. Awesome, thank you for bringing that up. So, is there any other stuff you want to chat about on that stuff? I'm actually going to take this off the recording. So is there any other stuff people want to bring up on the recording?